So here we're going to learn how to solve the cross on the cube efficiently so that we can get our times down without wasting time looking around for the pieces. So we'll get into step 1. And so the first tip would be don't solve the cross on the top. This is because solving cross on the top is slow and I'm having to look around the bottom for pieces like this, and then I've got to switch the cube over and look again for my F12 pairs, so recognition slow, the whole thing slow. So what we want to do is learn to build the cross on the bottom. This way, as soon as we're done, we can go straight in to looking for our pairs. So we'll do something where we build our cross on the bottom, and then from here I'm able to see what my pairs are and go forth. So I will teach you F12 in another video, but the first bit is to start solving cross on the bottom and not on the top. So the next bit after learning how to solve cross on the bottom would be don't always build the cross aligned. So here I want to say insert that. Now I can do something like this, where here those two are lined up, and now what I can do is I can align it to then insert this and then insert this. So if you notice, I'm not always, if I've got a piece like this, I won't always, if it's closest to here, I won't always insert it into its correct spot. I do whatever's quickest and align it later to make sure it's quick. So don't waste time aligning it before, align it after. Obviously make sure that we've got it going green, orange, blue and then red. So make sure the colour scheme is correct, but when you solve it, you could solve it into a state like this where it is misaligned. It doesn't need to be perfectly aligned to begin with. So we'll get into our next step. Right, so we can also get what's called bad edges. These are edges that say can't be inserted within one move or so. Now here I've got one because that isn't correct. And so what we do is we can do this little algorithm really quick actually, but you shouldn't always do this. However, it works. So for something like this, what I can do is if I move it to the right of the piece like this, I can then bring it down using an R prime, an F, and then fix this with an R move, and that can actually be quite quick. So it should look something like this, and that can be really quick. So that's one way to insert bad edges. Now another bit that we can do would be to move the cross to the piece. Don't move the piece to the cross. This follows on a bit more on how align it afterwards. So here I've got all three bits of a cross, but then I've got this green and white which needs to go here. So the traditional way, many people would know, would be to do that. Now that sadly isn't always the best. So what the quickest way to be would to do a D move like that and then move it here, because if you notice, green is in between the red and the orange like this. So now if I correct it, it's inserted. So rather than taking it out and doing a much longer move like this, you're actually able to move the cross and that slot to the piece and then insert it. So that's a much quicker way rather than having to take pieces out.